Hey, it's Jim. It's almost the end of July. Just finishing up the build. So it started out as a Johnson Red, actually. I think it was a 2071 back in the day. And then it ended up getting blended with a 372. These ones, a lot of times you have issues with the crankcases stripping out and stuff. So inner dog bolts and stuff, I think, went on it originally, and something cracked off it. Anyways, so now it's actually 372 case on this side, 371 on this side. I plugged the hole where the chain tensioner used to go in. Still has clutch cover off the Johnson Red and the tank handle. Yeah, she's real Frankenstein here. I did make a 390 handlebar fit. The Johnson Reds always come down a bit lower in the back, and I had modified a plate there for it to kind of have a tank guard on it for the 372 handle, but anyway, this seemed to work pretty good. Yeah, and then when Mason dumped it off there, it was missing the muffler and all kinds of stuff. It ended up being a glorified part saw, basically, I guess, for him. So I kind of scrounged around my parts bin as well to see what I had, and got her running. I'll kind of blend in a bunch of the video from some of the parts and process on the build, and then show you how she cuts. It's fairly typical timing for what I do normally. It has the 268 windowed piston in it. Those ones sit a little taller above the conrod, or the oh man, I'm drawing a blank here, wrist pin, above the wrist pin. So I ended up machining a pop-up. Anyways, one little extra compression there, and yeah, she comes alive pretty good. I didn't do a compression test on it, but it's still breaking in anyways. So once it gets a couple more tanks through it, probably be pretty impressive for compression, I think, though. Yeah, neighbors are having a party, but I was having a party a minute ago too with a couple cuts. So anyway, hopefully you can hear me over them. But yeah, anyways, she's an old girl. She's going back on the fireline. I put a lot of hours into getting this thing running again for him. I'm gonna give him a deal because he is out snag falling on the fires there in BC right now, and yeah, that's a good thing to be doing. Yeah, I guess another firefighter in BC died today. I believe it was something to do with a ATV accident, but yeah, all that firefighting is pretty dangerous stuff. So I was pretty lucky when I was doing it. But anyways, thoughts are with that family and the crew. It's always tough on everybody, that kind of thing. So condolences. Anyway, yeah, hopefully you see something with this you like, and please like and subscribe. I'm happy to do what I can to help you out from the distance here. I don't mind doing a follow-up video for people or answering questions. If you post questions, you can hit me on Instagram or Facebook. My Facebook's Jim Saws and stuff, just like the YouTube stuff here, so you can definitely get a hold of me if you want to there. Kind of hoping not to get spammed a whole bunch, but anyways, yeah. Okay, hope you enjoy the video coming up here. Hey there, it's Jim. Just doing a pop-up piston for a 372. This is one of the 268 windowed style pistons. Taking quite a bunch off it here, but anyway, I'll give you a look at some of this, and you can kind of see what I'm up to. This will give us quite a bit more compression. End up smoothing and chamfering this when I'm done and I get to where I want to be. But that's kind of how we do it. Okay. Maybe I'll try and zoom in. I'm not sure if I can do that while it's running. Doesn't look like it, I guess. I'll finish this up a little bit and then shut her off. And let's see here. Try and move this. And then we're gonna give her a little bit of cleanup with some emery cloth. But that's kind of what we got here. So just domed it a little bit so it's not too abrupt. Down where I want to be with it, I think. I'll have to remeasure it when I'm done here. So we'll catch you in a bit. Okay, there's what we're left with. Just give her a test fit here. Let's see how we're doing. Just having a brutal time trying to even build pressure on this thing. So it's like clutch side crank seal, and I'm thinking I can hear it on the flywheel side too. Okay, so I replaced the seal. There's two parts to it on the clutch side, and then I've got a intake boot here that's not sealing, which is a little frustrating because these are way easier to deal with when you have the cylinder off and switch it out in one piece. But I was trying to make sure I wasn't going to have any air leaks, so I actually used adhesive sealer on my base gasket, so that sucks. But anyway, at least I found it. Then just another thing I noticed is this fuel hose had been kinked too. Lots of stuff. And of course, kill switch obviously doesn't function when there's only one wire in here. fix that up too. This poor old saw has been on fires for quite a while apparently, but you can just see what, at least I hope you can, what's been shooting right into the filter and going in past there even. Okay, and I pulled the flywheel off already when I was chasing leaks. I'm going to change out that seal since it's off anyway, and make sure we're good to go. Hey, it's Jim. Just finished putting together kind of a Frankenstein saw. It's a Husky 372 with a Johnson red tank and handle, and let's see, clutch cover. Did a big pop-up for it. This old girl's been around the block and then some. Was on fires most of last year, I think, so she needed a lot of cleaning up and some new seals and a bunch of stuff. So just letting her break in here now. Give you a look at it in a minute. Hey, it's Jim. I just got Mason's old Frankensaw back up and running. It had a hard life. It's a 372. I just did a big pop-up for it, but yeah, it had lived on wildfires, snag falling, and soot and ash and all that for quite a while. It sucked a lot of that through it, so it was definitely ready for a rebuild. So make a cut or two with it here. This is the first time it's cut. I don't have a filter cover for it, but yeah, I just ran it for a few minutes there in the back room, and we'll let her eat. It's a pretty skinny cookie here now that I'm working with. It's about 4 inches wide, so hopefully it'll stand up and doesn't fall over. Let's see what happens. Piss the neighbors off. They're over there having a party. But anyway, this thing's running at 14 thou, wide open, no load. We'll give her a little more time here. I think you can see the heat coming off it there. You know, these things are so dirty sometimes when they come in, and then you stick them in the solvent tank and blow them off as good as you can. And pretty much the only way to clean all that stuff off them is just to run them. So we'll just keep an eye on it here. But Yeah, she's oiling really good and cutting like a bastard there, as you guys saw. So I think she's gonna be a winner for a bit anyway. Yeah, we keep putting her back together and she keeps going. All right, have a good one.